This is a 2004 Pontiac GTO, and I want to thank my Uncle Ken for letting me borrow this car and drive it around. So this car has a 5.7 liter V8, and it is awesome. If you haven't seen the Camaro Z28 IROC video, check that link here. This car is a whole nother animal. This car has 350 horsepower at 5,200 RPMs and 365 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPMs. Now, for this car, you feel like you're sitting fairly high up, which is kind of a bummer. The steering wheel feels nice. There's a bit of cheap plasticky feels on here. Overall, the interior is fairly nice. Now this car weighs about 3,700 pounds, and it feels like it weighs 3,700 pounds, but it's really tight in the corners. So much more responsive when driving. On center, the steering's pretty good. When you slam on the brakes, it definitely makes it feel like it's 3,700 pounds because it has some trouble stopping. Again, this is, you know, a 12-year-old car, so there's a little weird thing that happens when you press on the pedal, where the top of it, if you press on the top of the actual pedal, it actually bends like this, which is kind of weird. But yeah, for this car you get leather seats, back seats that actually work. You can actually fit people in the back seat, which is very, very nice. Down windows, which work well. The automatic down windows. AC works. You get CD player, and no auxiliary jack, I don't believe. But this car will get squirrely, and man, does it kick you. Wow. Wow. This car is fast. Now this specific car comes with a 4-speed automatic transmission. Responsive wise, it's pretty good, but I think it's mostly the engine that's really good. 5.7 liter is fast, man, let me tell you. It can do burnouts in a heartbeat with that, and the responsiveness is just amazing. Like right there, wow. Yeah, for this car, it gets 15 miles in the city to the gallon and 20 miles to the gallon on the highway. And if you're really interested in that, you should not be buying this car. This car was not meant for fuel economy. This car was meant for pure power, and just, it does it. And not just that, but it can fit, you know, kids in the back seats. It's very easy. Like, I'm 5'10" and I fit perfectly fine in the back seat, sitting comfortably in the front. Wow. Red line 600, 6,000. And it feels really, really stable too. Not just that, but in the corners, it feels heavy, but these seats don't do the best job of holding you in, but they're very, very comfortable. Like the IROC Camaro Z28, it is a great commuter car. And this car, I have to say as well, is an excellent commuter car. You know, it's very, very comfortable. Like, I don't see any issues with this. It has power seats as well. I believe it's 8-way power adjustments. And man, is this car fun. This car is so fun. Turn-in is great, but when you turn in, it actually feels super heavy when you make that turn. Like right here. For straight line performance, man, if you're looking for straight line performance, this thing is so fun. But yeah, that naturally aspirated V8 is just, you know, you don't get that in, you know, the turbo. You don't get that sound. The sound is great. You don't get sort of that instant response. You know, I do wish this car was a manual transmission, but yeah, you just get a manual transmission, one of these GTOs, and you're good. I mean, American muscle at its finest. It takes a second or two for it to shift into the gear that you want it to be in. That's why I believe that manual gearbox would be, you know, prime for this. But, you know, we have this automatic, and, you know, living in Chicago, this is what you get. And, you know, I can't fault anybody for getting one of these, especially an automatic one, you know, because it's still good. It's still so good. Would I recommend one of these? Yes, absolutely. It's a little bit, you know, older, but the interior has held up well. It has everything that you need in it. It has automatic HID lights as well, and, you know, a V8 that'll tear your head off. That's great. So let's also talk about a few gripes. The interior is good, but it's not great. Randomly, the windows are right here in the center console here. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I was explaining this pedal thing, which was really weird. I'm not sure if it's like a line lock feature or what, or a launch control thing. But yeah, other than that, really, the fuel economy is horrendous. You shouldn't care about that if you're buying this car. The gauges are pretty cool in the middle here. You get an 18-gallon tank for your gas, so, you know, 15, 20, you know, with combined 17, it's not too bad. But yeah, I would probably complain about this gearbox. This automatic gearbox it's fairly responsive, but you know, you can't ever you know, replace, you know, a dual clutch or a manual transmission. You know, those are always the best, and you know, in this case, it's true too. The ride is super comfortable. I love the ride. So for going on long trips, this is like prime for those kind of long trips. And you know, honestly, the ride is, I would say on a track it's pretty bad, but, you know, we're not too worried about the track. Oh, also, the trunk space. There is no trunk. Literally, there's barely enough room to put in anything. Like, you can fit, you know, folded up lawn chairs and, you know, tripods and things like that, and probably one or two coolers. But like, if you wanted to put luggage in there, you would have to put these in the back seats, because there's really little trunk space. So if there's any gripe with this car, the gearbox, the trunk, and probably, yeah, that's probably mostly it. And this weird pedal thing that I'm not sure what's for. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Check out some of my other videos here and here. And follow me on social media if you want to keep up to date with what's going on in my daily life. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.